Well, I am a big believer in sacking out horses, but I do it a little bit differently than most people. Good boy. Here's Pip. He is a 5-ish-year-old grade horse. We don't have a ton of history on him. I do happen to know he tends to be like very, very calm and quiet until all of a sudden the pressure gets too much, and then he kind of has like these little explosions, like so. And so for a horse like him, well, actually with all horses I work with, my main goal is to teach them how to handle pressure. So I'm not trying to teach them to ignore the pressure, but I'm trying to teach them actual tools for how to use that pressure and to know that they're going to be okay. So sometimes the sacking out process for me takes several days. So I don't know how far we're going to get with Pip today, but I figured we'd at least get started. So next time he does this little act up, I'm just going to push him a little bit. So he sees that when he acts up, the pressure actually is going to increase. Now, if you were a feeler type, that would be the wrong move. That would just cause him to explode. I believe Pip is actually a voyager. He's just so green that he has a hard time even knowing what he is. Good boy. So now that he's starting to relax with this pressure of the plastic bag in here, I'm just going to start slowing my body language and reducing the pressure and just give him the opportunity to relax. I'm not going to ask him to slow down, but when he decides he's ready, I'm just going to allow it to happen. Well, if he decides to speed up instead, pressure comes back up. Just ever so slightly with my body language and the flag. And again, also, like, I have a whole video on this that I'll link below, but I don't believe you need any kind of particular tools for any kind of training. I think you can use it without laying around. I have a jump bat with a plastic bag tied onto it, and that has always worked just fine for me. I've never bought a flag. I have students that use flags. I have nothing against flags. If it's a tool that you like, the ultimate thing is whatever tool you feel the most comfortable with. If not, he's thinking going the other way, so I'm going to ask him to change directions a couple times till I get his focus back. Just making life harder. And again, if you were a super sensitive feeler type, this would probably not be the move. Probably just amp him up more. Good boy. Feelers are the type that you're like, they don't work down, they work up. The more pressure you add, the more anxious they get. And hopefully I'll get a feeler out here at some point to show you in this video too, how I sack out a feeler. There we go. Now we're getting some licking and chewing. I'm going to try going the other way. That tells me he's just starting to actually have some logical thoughts about this situation and realizing it's not actually going to eat him. We're getting back into the thinking part of his brain. You can't see where he's changing direction, but just believe me that he's changing direction very nicely. I'll let him see it out of this eyeball now. And I'm not like chasing him a bit, as you can see, but I'm also not letting it go away from him. I'm just doing some changes of direction to get his attention and into his thinking brain instead of his reactive brain. So I'm teaching him when something's scary, you don't have to go fight or flight. You can actually have a curious thought about it. Good boy. And so again, now he's starting to think about it a little bit. He's kind of head's coming up and down. He's looking at it from different angles. He's blinking. So I'm just going to kind of let it hang out here. Hold this same amount of pressure. And if he feels relax, ask him to think a little bit. Change directions. And just have a thought about this bag. So he's just extremely green. He was trail broke. And fairly neglected. We got him from the seller that had him for just a couple months. He's actually a client, so he's not my horse, but my client got him from a seller who'd had him just a couple months, and she'd done considerable work with him, but he still has quite a lot of holes in his fundamental training. And I'm talking a bit here about different personality types. These are something that I just have kind of noticed on my own through my experience working with horses. If you're curious what type of your horse is, you can probably gather a lot just from watching this video, but also I do have a quiz, which I will link below, which will help you. And you'll notice when he does these little outbursts, I'm not yelling at him, I'm not getting bigger. I'm just making his life a little harder. I'm just asking him to change directions or at a transition, and I'm not getting him in trouble. He's not in trouble for acting out. He's just going to realize it's not getting him anywhere. And I'm redirecting that energy back into his thinking brain. So for an incredibly intelligent horse like him, the best thing is not to shut him down, but to kind of pique that curiosity, to speak to his natural inquisitiveness. Yeah, I'm probably going to cut off the video about here for now. And I'll see you in a minute when I've got them worked down a little bit more. Okay, so now we've got some nice relaxation. He's blowing bubbles. He's licking his lips. His mouth is very relaxed. Oh, I'm going to invite him to come and check this thing out. I don't think he's quite in the frame here, but let's see if I can just move him into the frame. Oh, oh, boy. So I'm starting all of this off the line so he has the freedom to leave if he decides he's not ready for this. I'm taking all of my body pressure off. He's not quite ready to talk to the flag yet. I'm just going to keep lunging him. And so we may actually end up coming back tomorrow. I don't like to work on any big emotional things in more than about 15 or 20 minutes. So we'll see how far we get here. But we may cut this off a little early and pick this back up again tomorrow. Oh, oh. I'm always moving on an exit path. And I'm never coming straight at him with this. I'm always coming from like a rainbow arc. Would you snake it? We'll do a little crouch and retreat. That's the ticket. You see that eyeballs. Oh, good boy. Hey, so he's touched it. Love to see it. Good boy. Yes, it could touch you. Good boy. So right now I'm just asking him to touch it and then I'm walking away with it. So we're giving him a moment to think about that. But in a minute here, we get that far, I'm going to ask him to keep touching it until he relaxes. And that's where the pressure is going to go away is when we get that relaxation. Hip, hip. Okay, so now he's completely ignoring it. So that's actually a really good sign. I'm just going to put his halter on. Okay. So I'm going to start with it over here. And I'm just going to kind of gently move it until I see any sign that he's critically thinking about it or relaxing in its presence. I'm just going to keep my body language extremely quiet. He's still not sure. He's still skeptical. Technically, he is ignoring. So where classic stacking out is concerned, this is when I should be taking the pressure away. But as far as I'm concerned, he still hasn't decided that it's safe. So I'm going to hold it just with this much pressure. So he lets me know he knows he's going to live. Good boy. So there he actually relaxed his eye, relaxed his face. So that's where I'm going to take it away. I'm going to do the same on this side. Pretty close attention to it here. And I'm not looking for ignoring. I'm looking for him to let down a little bit and go, oh, it's not going to kill me. Here he's actually getting curious, which I love. So if he touches it, I'll take it away right then. Curiosity is great. Good boy. Okay, great. So he touched it. So that to me means that I can now go ahead and see if I can touch him a little bit. And start with just a very gentle touch on the leg. And he relaxes. Good boy. It's going to go away. Yes, good boy. I'm just going to start adding. Oh, so there on the neck is a little more tender. So I'm just going to pet here until we get a relaxation. Got a good blink on the weight, got a little snort and like a little bit of blowout. There, that was the first relaxed moment. Take it away. So what we're doing is we're building curiosity. We're leaving him wanting a little bit more. We're not taking it away when he ignores it. We're taking it away when he says, I know I'm safe. Okay, we're going to start working our way back. And I'm always standing in a place that if he were to spook here, I'm going to be able to get out of the way and be safe. I'm never putting myself where I'm in the firing zone. I'll take it away there. So the retreat of the scary thing when he decides it's not scary is the learning moment. Good boy. Good boy. So now he's like totally relaxed. He's gonna let it touch him all over, under his belly. Good boy. And then we'll do the other side here. We're gonna start over from the beginning, just touching. Doesn't seem to mind there for the pressure. Feels like a bit much for him. So I'm just gonna hold this till we get relaxation. There we got relaxation and curiosity. It goes away. So he's learning when he feels the pressure, the answer is not to get bigger or have a big reaction to it, but just simply to relax and be curious, staying in his thinking brain, flexing the muscle of going from nervous to curious. Okay, and that's it for him for today.